I'll try not to kill us.
Coming up on Fantomworks, we try to tame a 1959 Tornado Thunderbolt race car that's too hot for its own good.
I got a fire.
And I'm asked to build an iconic 1947 Harley-Davidson knucklehead out of 70-year-old parts that are more stubborn than a mule.
Son of a really isn't moving?
At Fantomworks, we make cars better than the day they rolled out. And for us, this is more than a job. Love your car as much as we do?
Wow. Wow. That is phenomenal.
And we're gonna get along fine.
Yeah, baby. Woo!
What was that? Mostly.
I love it.
Truth is, if we have to pick between you and your car,
Oh, yeah. Woo!
we're not picking you. Today at Fantomworks, we've got a new arrival. A super cool and rare little race car, a 1959 Tornado Thunderbolt. The owners, Kimber and Doug, are here to tell me all about it. This much I know, they got the car from her dad. Okay, so are you gonna race this thing?
No. No.
So its days of racing
Are over. We need to have the car with all of the components. It needs to be completely safe and reliable.
Why do you want to drive a car that was designed as a race car, was never set up to go on the road?
I consider this car a part of my dad's legacy. It was an important part of his life. I have 4 siblings. We all grew up traveling to race weekends. It was a part of our life.
I'll freely admit that I am not familiar with what the hell a Thunderbolt is.
Tornado cars were built in England in the late 50s and early 1960s. They built fiberglass bodies and they built specific frames. You could buy them as a car or you could buy them as a kit.
How many of them did they make?
The factory built one. This is not actually it.
Not a popular car.
And this gentleman in England built one himself. So that's why there's really only 2 of them around.
Did Tornado build engines?
No. Most of the cars had small little Ford engines in them.
But this car, Triumph engines. Dad always raced British cars, but specifically Triumph.
Are we trying to get this car to meet a legal driving configuration?
Absolutely.
Yes.
You need turn signals and headlights and rear view mirrors. Does this car have all of those things?
Since I got the car in 2011, I've added most of those things myself.
Doesn't have a horn.
Does not have a horn.
That's generally required to be legal, at least in this state. Do the gauges all work and everything?
No. The amp meter, it doesn't actually register, and the speedometer jumps.
Are we trying to make the car to where you're not worried, nor are your neighbors worried?
Correct. That's exactly
That's the
why we're
standard.
here.
That's what we're after.
Yes.
Okay,
So the family can enjoy it.
so make it safe for the road. What about other things?
There's also an issue with downshifting the second.
Yeah.
It tends to pop out of gear.
This is a really good place to talk about expectation management. Certain things will just wear down and wear out. Then it becomes a matter of, are you chasing your tail trying to fix a worn out thing?
I want it more reliable.
Other than making a car something it never was and getting it ready for the street, which it was never designed to do you have any specific concerns?
The seat is part of the molded tub, so it doesn't move.
So the seat is fiberglass.
Yes, with a cushion on top. We'd like to have something done with the seats to make it so that it's a little more comfortable just to ride in.
Now that I understand where the car started, I want to take a look at it from the perspective of not just getting you out and getting you home, but really keeping you safer while you're doing that.
Wonderful.
Sounds good.
Nice meeting you, Kim.
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you, Dan. Thank you very much.
Today I'm embarking on a short getaway from Thunderbolts and car owners in one of my favorite places, Puerto Rico. I'm the guest of honor at the island's annual classic car and motorcycle show. And a blue interior. The people in cars are amazing, but for the cherry on top of my visit, I've been invited to the workshop of a legendary motorcycle builder named Bataya.
Hello, sir.
How are you today?
Very well. Yourself?
Battaglia specializes in assembling vintage Harley-Davidsons from discarded parts, and I can't wait to find out what he has in store.
How many years have you been collecting this stuff?
Since 1955, when I first started my business, there was no Harley dealer in Puerto Rico. I was the only one.
When I look around at your shop, I see a lifetime of collecting some of the most amazing pieces of history there is.
That's my life.
What can I do for you?
Well, I have a 1947 knucklehead. I would like to restore it as original.
You want to restore a 47 knucklehead. A 47 knuckle, isn't that a pretty damned rare bike?
That's right.
How original is the bike now?
It's about 70% original.
It is a little overwhelming for me to build a bike for you, a man that knows so much about vintage Harley-Davidsons.
You know, I'm getting older and I need help. And I know that you can get the part and fix the bike perfect.
And you're sure? You want me to build your 47 knucklehead?
I'm completely sure, sir.
I would be honored, and quite honestly, it would be my dream to build a 47 knucklehead. So, yes, I will do this.
I wasn't expecting to end my trip here in Puerto Rico with a deal on restoring an old bike, but I gotta say, I'm excited to see what a build on a 47 knucklehead has in store for Fantomworks. I'm back home in Virginia, and today a truck showed up with an exciting delivery. Battaglia's 47 knucklehead, and I see a diamond in the rough.
That's the coolest delivery you've had in the 5 years I've been here.
When was the last time you saw a clean knucklehead motor like this?
20 years ago.
Okay. When was the last time you saw a 47 knucklehead like this?
Never.
Okay. I'm not the Harley guy you are, but I got excited when I saw this.
This is my excited face.
It isn't a perfect survivor, and it isn't restored. It's just kind of a cool old bike.
Yeah.
Battaglia wants to ride a bike like it would have been in 1947, right? I mean, right down to the nuts and bolts on this thing. You know more about these than I do. When you look at that exhaust system, does that look correct to you?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm not a historian. I'm a bike guy that happens to like old stuff.
Because neither Steve nor I are vintage Harley restorers, I'm going to the man who knows these builds as well as Battaglia, and that's my tech, Mojica.
Harley Davidson for me is my passion in my life.
Mojica joined Fantomworks last year, and as great as he is with cars, he actually started turning wrenches on motorcycles, and he learned from one of the best, Battaglia.
How long you been working on Harleys?
Yeah, probably for 20 years.
20 years. Battaglia taught you.
Yeah.
You're teaching me. We're building his bike.
Oh, yeah. I'm very excited about this build because I think that there's only a couple of those bikes already built in the world, so that's going to be an awesome build.
Okay.
The first step in restoring this bike is to blow it into 1,000 damn pieces.
Come on. There.
We've got to see what we're dealing with, what's original and what's not, what needs to be restored versus replaced. When it comes to a dissection this important, the devil's in the historical details.
Nice.
What the hell is that?
Look at this. The entire gauge pod assembly was welded on. This is all bullshit welded.
Looks like they was trying to change the angle.
Wait a second. I've got a bad feeling. Best case scenario, this is an original 47 frame that's been badly modified. Worst case, it isn't a correct frame at all. Either scenario sucks.
No. This is not right for a 47 knuckle.